What is going on, guys? Welcome back to LPS Gaming. We're hunting for deals today, and let me tell you, Steam is absolutely popping off right now. I've dug through the trash to find you the absolute treasure. Nice games that are actually worth your time and money. Let's dive straight into the first pick. First up, we have the undisputed king of vehicular chaos, BeamNG.Drive. Now, it's currently priced at $19.99, which is a 20% discount. I know what you're thinking, that's not a huge drop, but listen to me. This game is rated 97% positive for a reason. It rarely goes on deep sale because the quality is just that high. This isn't your standard racing game, it is a dynamic soft body physics simulator that is capable of doing just about anything. You aren't just driving, you are simulating every single component of the car. The community absolutely worships this engine. Longtime players rave that while it started small, it has evolved into a masterpiece where you can decide to just destroy everything if you want. Reviews warn that it's only good for physics and not actual racing, but honestly, that's the charm. It's a sandbox where you make your own fun. Even with a modest discount, this is a must-have for anyone who appreciates realistic destruction. Grab it while you can. It's worth every penny, even at full price. Next up, we have the colony sim that will absolutely ruin your sleep schedule, RimWorld. It's sitting at $27.99, also 20% off. Again, this is a title that holds its value incredibly well, so getting it under $30 is a steal for the amount of content you get. RimWorld is a sci-fi management sim driven by an intelligent AI storyteller that throws insane scenarios at you. It generates complex stories by simulating everything from psychology and gunplay to interpersonal relationships and medicine. The community sentiment? It's terrifyingly good. Players jokingly call it the worst game because it's going to steal your soul. One review perfectly summed it up. The hours played are deceptive because the storytelling is so fascinating that you just lose track of time. Once you go down this rabbit hole, there is no coming back. If you want a game that generates infinite drama and tragedy, this is the one. It's a rare sale for a masterpiece. Don't sleep on this. Now, let's talk about a massive deal. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered is currently 60% off, dropping the price all the way down to $23.99. This is an absolute no-brainer. We are talking about one of the best PlayStation exclusives of all time, now fully optimized for your PC library at a bargain bin price. You play as an experienced Peter Parker, balancing his chaotic life while fighting big crime and iconic villains across Marvel's New York. The core loop of web-swinging through vibrant neighborhoods and taking down bad guys with epic finishers feels incredible. The community is all over this one, praising the good story, amazing visuals, and mechanics. While some users mention you need a decent rig to run it smoothly, the consensus is that it's a great game that captures the superhero fantasy perfectly. Getting a 3A narrative experience of this caliber for $24 is criminal. If you haven't played this yet, it's a great time to get it. Moving on to something fresh, we've got Abiotic Factor, currently sitting at $27.99 with a 20% discount. This is a survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in an underground research facility, and it is weird in the best way possible. Think of it as Half-Life meets survival crafting. You aren't a superhero. You're just a normal scientist caught between paranormal containment failures and military crusades. The community describes it as having Half-Life feels, with SCP-style entities and satisfying open-world exploration. Now, I have to be real with you. Some players feel the plot loses its charm after a while and turns into an inventory slog with fetch quests. But if you have a squad of friends, this chaos is hard to beat. The lore is deep, the vibes are immaculate, and even if the gyro controls need work, it's a solid time. Grab a friend and survive the facility. It's worth the trip. Next up, we have a titan of the industry. God of War is 60% off. Bring it down to just $19.99. For a game of this caliber, $20 is practically stealing. This isn't the hack and slash you remember, it's a deep, emotional journey where Kratos is now a father, living in the realm of Norse gods. The combat is super cool and very cinematic, and the puzzles are genuinely satisfying. One community review nailed it. It's like The Last of Us if it was about an aging war god. Players are calling this an impressive reboot that is arguably even better than its sequel, Ragnarok. The visuals are stunning, the story hits hard, and the fighting makes you feel unstoppable. If you haven't played this yet, what are you doing? An absolute masterpiece at a budget price. Essential. And finally, for this block, we have a deal that is genuinely scary good. Resident Evil 2 is a massive 75% off, crashing the price to $9.99. Yes, under $10 for one of the best survival horror remakes ever made. You are thrown into Raccoon City as a deadly virus turns residents into flesh-eating zombies. This isn't just a remaster. It's a full-blown reimagining that stands side by side with the original in terms of quality and love. The community calls it an unparalleled adrenaline rush and the origin story of the best zombie slayer. Whether you're a veteran or a newcomer, the third-person over-the-shoulder gameplay makes the horror feel fresh and terrifying. At this price point, there is zero excuse to skip it. A legendary horror experience for the price of lunch. Buy it now. Okay, if you thought Resident Evil 2 was good, buckle up. Resident Evil 4, the remake, is currently 60% off, sitting at a sweet $15.99. This isn't just a game. It is the game that defined modern third-person shooters. 6 years after Raccoon City, you are back as Leon S. Kennedy, tracking the president's daughter to a European village where the locals are, well, terribly wrong is an understatement. The gameplay is a perfect blend of horror and action that feels incredible to play. Now, there is some spicy drama in the reviews about the DRM software. Users are absolutely roasting it for that reason, but the consensus on the actual game is undeniable. Fans are calling it a must-have with endless replay value, claiming that video games don't get better than this. The visuals are stunning, the combat is punchy, and it is absolutely worth the price of admission, a masterclass in action horror that you need in your library. Next up, we have the ultimate, just one more run, Addiction Risk of Rain 2. It is a massive 67% off, meaning you can grab this gem for just $8.24. For under $10, this is arguably the best co-op value on the entire store right now. This is a third-person roguelike where you fight through hordes of frenzied monsters on a chaotic alien planet, stacking loot until you become a god of destruction. The community reviews are hilarious and accurate. One player described the chaos as Vietnam 10 out of 10. Another warned that they lost a 100-minute run because a boss nuked their health, but they still love it. Be warned. Achievement grinding can be hell, but unlocking that broken combo that melts everything on screen is the most satisfying feeling in gaming. If you don't take it too seriously, you will absolutely love it. Pure, unadulterated chaos for the price of a sandwich. And now, the game that broke the internet. Whole World is currently 25% off at $22.49. Now, 25% might not sound huge, but for a game this popular that is still being actively updated, it's a solid time to jump in. If you've been living under a rock, this is an open-world survival craft game where you fight, farm, and build alongside mysterious creatures called Pals. It's basically the creature collector you always wanted but were too afraid to ask for. The community is still rallying behind it, with players saying it's better than Pokemon, and cheekily adding that Nintendo can go suck it. Users appreciate that the developers Pocket Pair are keeping their promise to not give up on the game, constantly adding new content. Whether you want a chill survival experience or just want to give your cute pets an assault rifle, this is it. The hype is real. Grab it while it's on sale. Next up, we have a nightmare you can share with friends. The Outlast Trials is a massive 70% off, dropping it to just $11.99. For a game this recent and polished, that price is an absolute steal. Red Barrels invites you to experience mind-numbing terror in a multiplayer setting. You are a test subject in a Cold War experiment, forced to complete therapy trials while terrifying enemies hunt you down. The community reviews are colorful, to say the least. One player gave it a 10 out of 10 for being chased by a man who is 8'10" and has no pants on, while screaming at you for an hour. Others praise how much the game has evolved since early access, calling it a 10 out of 10 experience. If you want pure chaos and screaming with your buddies, this is it. A terrifyingly good deal for co-op horror fans. Don't play alone. Now for the heavy hitter. Dark Souls 3 is 50% off, priced at $29.99. From Software games rarely see deep discounts, so getting this masterpiece for half price is a major win. This is the ambitious chapter that defined the genre, pushing boundaries with its atmospheric dark fantasy world. It's brutal, it's beautiful, and the combat is perfection. Fans call it one of their favorite Souls games alongside Bloodborne and Elden Ring. The community notes that if you are new to the series, this is a good starting point because it is well-rounded. One review even joked that whenever a boss is a little effeminate boy with magic piggyback riding a big guy, you know it's going to be peak. A must-buy for anyone looking for a challenge. Prepare to die, but save money doing it. And finally, the game that refuses to die. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is a whopping 75% off, bringing it down to $9.99. For under $10, you are getting thousands of hours of gameplay. We all know Skyrim. It's the open-world RPG that has won over 200 Game of the Year awards. You can explore, fight dragons, and ignore the main quest forever. But the real magic? The community says it best. Anyone that tells you this game doesn't need to be modded is lying. Mods transform this into an entirely new experience even after you finish the story. Players admit they always come back to it every some months. Whether it's your first time or your 50th, this is the ultimate comfort food of gaming. And there you have it, guys. That is the list of the best Steam deals you can grab right now. Let me know in the comments which one you're picking up, or if your wallet is crying already. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deals. I'll see you in the next one.